Today I will show you how to make a quick and dirty caston. First, make sure the racking handle is in its lowest position. Raise the desired number of needles and arrange them in 1-to-1 division. Then arrange the working ones in 1-to-1 division again. Place the edge springs on the last working needles. Each fourth needle must be in working position. Set the front lock to N and the stitch size to 1. Set the back lock to GX and insert the black strippers. Take the waste yarn and knit 1 row. Now raise the needles as shown in the video. They must be arranged in 1-to-1 division. Tap on them to tighten the yarn, increase the stitch size to 4 and knit 1 row. Tap on the needles, increase the stitch size to 5 and knit 20 rows. Tap on the needles when knitting the first few rows. Now thread the machine with a ravel cord. Knit 1 row and attach weights to the ends of the waste yarn. Remove the eyelet from the jaws, set the lock to GX, slide it to the right and take the main yarn. Set the front lock to N and the stitch size to 1. Knit 1 row and raise the rest of the needles. Tap on the needles, increase the stitch size to 4 and knit 1 row to finish the second cast on. Tap on the needles, increase the stitch size to 5 and knit until you reach the desired length. It should look like this. Cut the ravel cord tail, then pull it from the other side. Now the waste yarn is removed and there are no live stitches on the second piece. Also, you can pull the yarn tail to gather the stitches. Now I will show you how to make this cast on if knitting tubular. First, make sure the racking handle is in its upper position. Raise the desired number of needles on both beds of the machine. The needles must be opposite to each other. Now arrange the needles in 1-to-1 division. At this point you have to arrange the working ones in 1-to-1 division again. Place the edge springs on the last working needles and make sure the latches are closed. You can see up close. Each fourth needle must be in working position. Set both locks to CX and the stitch size to 1. Insert the black strippers and take the waste yarn. Now knit 2 rows. Increase the stitch size to 4 on both sides of the lock. Now raise the needles as shown in the video. They must be arranged in 1-to-1 division. Tell me, did you know about this cast on method? Now knit 2 rows. Don't forget to tap on the needles to tighten the yarn. Increase the stitch size to 5 on both sides of the lock. Now knit 20 rows. Tap on the needles when knitting the first few rows. If you want to support me, you can like the video and leave me a comment below. Now thread the machine with a ravel cord. Knit 2 rows. Remove the ravel cord and set the stitch size to 1 on both sides of the lock. Now take the main yarn. Lower the front bed and attach weights to the knitting. Now knit 2 rows. It should look like this. Increase the stitch size to 4 on both sides of the lock. Now raise the rest of the needles on both beds of the machine. Tap on the needles to tighten the yarn and knit 2 rows. Tap on the needles again, then increase the stitch size to 5 on both sides of the lock. Now knit until you reach the desired length. Finally, it should look like this. You can pull the ravel cord and remove the waste yarn. Tell me what you will use this caston method for. My first project is this caston rug. I will remove the waste yarn and it is ready for use. That's all for today. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day and see you in my next video.